Hey guys, my name is Orlando from Wildflower Leather Co. Today we're going to be making a very simple field notes book sleeve. Free template down below in the description. Just click the link and download it from home. So let's just get started. So printing out the template on some stock paper, I did a little cutout for the pocket. You could just trace around it. That way you don't have to print something else out and waste more paper. So grabbing your scratch off, we're going to go ahead and trace out the template onto some leather of your choice. Today we're using 3.5 to 4 ounce English bridal leather from Wicked and Craig. And then here shortly, I'm going to grab the corner punch, and I'm also going to use that to trace out the corners of the inside of the pen sleeve. Now, my knife of choice is a Japanese Skiver knife, and that's the knife that I like to use for absolutely everything, cutting out my patterns and templates onto leather. You can use whichever you would prefer. And here we're just punching out the corners using the corner punch tool, and then with the Japanese knife, I'll finish making the inside cut. So after you've cut out your leather piece from the template, go ahead and grab it and fold it in half, and you're going to start to get an idea of what the final project is going to look like. And then also don't forget to cut out the pocket. Next step is that we're going to go ahead and bevel the edges of where the pen sleeve is going to be, and then also the little pocket itself. Once you're done beveling the edges of the pen sleeve and the pocket, the next thing is that we're going to burnish those edges. So we're going to use some Tokonol, and I'm using a Dremel tool here with an attachment to go ahead and do that. And once you're done, go ahead and grab your rougher tool or your scratch awl and rough up the edges. And the next step will be to add the pocket in the front, line that up, and glue it together. Next, grab your stitching chisels or your stitching punches, and we're going to create the stitching holes onto the pocket. And then afterwards, of course, we're going to go ahead and sew that together. And next, we're going to use some water-based glue that I pick up from District Leather Supply, link down below. And we're going to apply the glue onto the edges of the book sleeve. Let it get a little tacky, and then we're going to fold that right together. You could also use a hammer or a rolling pin of any kind, just so you can get a better bond between the glue and the leather. Here I use a little jewelry hammer. Getting those edges and corners nice and straight. Then afterwards, grab your wing divider, and we're going to go ahead and create our trim allowance line. And I just like to do a trim allowance. I feel like I get a better square in the project and a clean edge. So grab your ruler and your knife of choice and trim away. And just like that, we have some clean edges and some sharp corners, and we're almost done with this project. Halfway there. Next is that I'm going to grab a corner punch, and I'm going to round my corners, all 4 corners on this project. And then after that, I'm going to grab some sandpaper. I'll be using 800 grit just to round off the corners a little bit more and make them very, very smooth. Now grab your edge beveler again, and we're going to bevel the whole piece all together again. And where the book is going to actually slip in, we're going to bevel the inside of that sleeve and the outside. So grabbing our wing divider, we're finally going to add our stitching line onto the piece. It's going to be on the top and the bottom, and then also including where the pen sleeve is. So it's going to be a U shape. So my chisels of choice are the Cinnabrux hole punches. I'm currently using a 6mm spacing with a 1.5mm hole. So grab your punch and your hammer and hammer away. So grab your thread and needles one last time. We're using Ritza Tiger thread, color beige, 1mm diameter thread to saddle stitch this piece together. You can use a stitching pony or do it freehand like I'm doing here. You can also use a thread zapper or a simple lighter to go ahead and zap the threads at the end. And that's it, guys. You're practically done. Go ahead and burnish your edges one last time using your hand burnisher or your Dremel tool. And that's it. Hey guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little tutorial on how we make the simple field notes book sleeve. The patterns down below. So on the very first one that we were making, it was a lot smaller, so the pattern down below fixed it, so it made it a little bit wider because the field notes book just wasn't fitting how it needed to. So I made this one off camera. Still, it's not perfect, right? This is how you do your R&D projects. I think the stitching here is just a little off, but it fits the field notes book just perfect. And then I got the little card just a little off center, but everything else is functional. description down below if you want to download the template for free and make it yourself. And if you do, make sure to tag us on Instagram at Wildflower Leather Co. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.